I fish this river most Saturdays when the season starts, and in my mind it is the best river in the country, bar none, for roach, and this year especially bream. Now I'm going to be fishing the feeder, and I just want to show you a few feeders, the ones I'll be using. The one I'll be using today has a fixed lead on it. Now I cannot change that lead, it's a fixed position by two little locking on legs. But there is a range of feeders that are ideal for the tidal rivers, where you need to change the lead, that when the tide changes, whether it picks up or the flow slows down, you need to change the weight with an interlocking system with a keyhole like this. So the weights just simply lock on and slide down, and you can change the weights to the conditions and the pace of the river. But today I'll be fishing this feeder here, fin feeder, just with a fixed lead. If I show you the setup that I've got on my rod, very simply, I've got a size 12 series 3 match hook to a feeder on a running clip, to a bead and a swivel to a stop. Now let's have a look at the baits I'll be using. I've chopped up some worms, and I've mixed with that some casters, as you can see, and some sweet corn, which tend to, with these tidal rivers, hold on the bottom and keep the bream hopefully feeding longer than if there's just loose offerings of the casters that may get washed down with the tide. The actual ground bait that I'm using is Vanline brown crumb with Super Lake, and I've just mixed it on the damp side so I know it'll go to the bottom and not come out the feeder. Well, let's see if we can catch some bream. Start by putting on 2 fluoro maggots. I'll just simply plug some of the loose offerings in the feeder, then plug either end the ground bait, and there we have it. Double fluoro maggot and the feeder filled and plugged with loose offerings inside. I'll just cast her out to the clip. As she's hit the clip, and I know that's the same spot every time, I've got a marker as a red post on the far side. Normally you start with maggot and you pick up whatever's there. There we are. Oh, we're in straight away. Look at that. That's what I call a river. First chat, after some bream, and I think we've got a small skimmer. Feels a couple of pound. Where can you do that on rivers? Got to be careful here because there's a lot of weed on the inside and they can get in the weed. Look at that lovely fish, couple of pound in the net. See the maggots outside its mouth, hooked just in the lip. Beautiful fish, 2–2.5 pound. Some loose offerings in there, take it over to the ground bait bowl, drop it in, flick with your forefinger one end, thumb the other, give it a pinch, and there we have it. See the worm sticking out the feeder? What bream could refuse to move in on that? Then hopefully pick up your hook bait. So again, cast out. Cast to the clip. It's exactly the same spot marked with the red post out there. Look at that. Oh. Match of the weekend was one down in the 80s, 153 pound of bream. I've been fishing the river for 6 years now, and it's normally been roach. This has been the first year that a lot of bream have been in the river, and they've won all the matches up till now. Always been bream. But this is lovely fishing, this is. As you can see, there's a couple of boats coming through now, and if you're not careful, they can catch your line. But you just got to be very careful that you don't leave your line out, obviously, when they're coming by. But look at that. Tremendous fishing. Tremendous fishing. Another lovely bream. The only time boats can lovely fish. Can be a nuisance if they're going over the near side and you have to keep winding your feeder in, but I mean that's just one of those things you just got to be aware of. You see the tip now, there was a little touch then. So once the fish sucks the bait in, moves the feeder, the tip will automatically pull forward slightly but drop back. And that's the bite you pick up into. Sometimes if it's a biggish bream it can go forward and stay forward. There we are, and we're in. We've been fishing now probably half an hour and I've had a bream each chuck in. Look at the power in this fish in the flow. Well, it is a bigger fish, I can feel it's big, a lot heavier. I would say this is definitely a 4-pound fish, but there's a lot of weed down there as well. Really kicking this one. There we are, she's coming out. Look at that bream. Oh, easily 4 pound. Look at that fish there, that is a beauty. I'd say it's nearer 5 pound than 4. Oh, that is a heavy fish. Let's have a look at this fish. Let's hold this fish up because it really is a beauty. Look at that. Easily 5 pound. Beautiful fish. Absolutely immaculate.